What the hell is going on with Unity? Unity, in case you don't know, is a video game engine that runs a lot of games these days. It mostly runs indie and mobile games. Some of them are insanely big mobile games like Pokemon Go, Genshin Impact, and Fate Grand Order. Some of my favorite games in the last decades like City Skylines, Cuphead, and Hollow Knight are all made in Unity. And now Unity is gonna pretty much screw all the game developers with their brand new business model, which absolutely no one likes. The premise of their business model goes as follows. If you're a game developer and you subscribe to Unity, once you made about $200,000 from your game in the last 12 months, Unity is going to charge you fees for every install. That's right, every install of the game will be charged to you, the game developers. You can pretty much see the following table where you are charged 20 cents if you subscribe to the Unity Personal and Unity Plus subscription, which they also removed the Unity Plus subscription because they hate you developers for taking the middle option. Either take the cheapest and crappiest or the most expensive and terrible value. Oh, and you also need to be always online because of course you are. And if you look at this really helpful chart, you will see that as game companies, there's a chance where you can be absolutely screwed into bankruptcy with this stupid business model where Unity will take more than 100% of your revenue. They also don't really know how to account for installs from other sources like multiple platforms, game passes, bundles, free games, and most importantly, pirates. Yes, if this business model runs, pirates installing the game multiple times might literally ruin the company. They finally made a legitimate case of how piracy can destroy a company with the worst business model ever proposed. Why would they do such a thing? Beats the hell out of me. There are certainly loads of speculations of why that is the case, and loads of people have already covered that. One thing I can say for sure is that someone absolutely benefits from this, and they are going scorched earth to everyone involved in the company for it. And aside from the people who can actually control Unity, no one is safe. The game developers that use Unity are not safe, and the developers of Unity themselves are not safe. According to someone who was part of a Unity Inside group, no one below the shareholders of this company like this decision whatsoever. Pretty much everyone at the bottom are trying desperately to get a meeting with the higher-ups, but with no luck. Not only they can't get a meeting with the higher-ups, but a lot of Unity employees have warned everyone that this is an absolutely terrible idea, but none of their concerns are met, and it seems like the suits just push this idea to everyone. Reading through the whole thing makes me think that Unity is being run like a city that's being destroyed by kaijus fighting. All the big executives are the ones fighting each other at the top, whereas the developers for both Unity and the games that use Unity are being trampled over in the middle of the fight. Unity is merely a prop, an asset, a financial battleground for these executives to play around with. They don't care how much damage this causes to the people at the bottom, they just want to play with their company toy. And frankly, it is disgusting. Absolutely terrible to everyone who got thrown around by the executives. It's to the point where there was a death threat being sent to Unity themselves. The thing is, the police investigated the threat and found out that it's from Unity themselves. Either this is a false flag operation to dismiss criticism by characterizing people who criticize them as monsters, or the Unity management is so bad that employees are straight up threatening their bosses. Either way, not a good state for Unity, isn't it? So yeah, Unity is being used as a prop for a bunch of financial kaijus fighting for its control. But the funny thing about kaijus fighting is that things get real chaotic when more kaijus get introduced, and boy, Unity has pissed a lot of big game companies for introducing this business model. And if the big companies like Nintendo, who owns Pokemon Go, and MiHoYo, who owns Genshin, notice all of this stuff, things are gonna get pretty bad for Unity. Unity has since apologized for the whole thing and looked at everyone's feedback and presumably gonna reverse everything. I mean, are you seriously gonna trust this company after all of that? They have pretty much destroyed their reputation piece by piece with this garbage. Looks like in this massive corporate fight, we'll have to see who wins, and hopefully there won't be any more collateral damage than the ones that we have right now. Before we get to the next Hoopla, thank you guys so much for the 2,000 subscribers of the APB Show stream channel. Link down below, go subscribe. That's where I talk about all the Hooplas early, and that's where I got all the Hooplas. Anyway, let's get into the next one. Imagine playing a video game for a little while and having loads and loads of people online just judge you negatively based on the fact that you killed bandits in a video game?
If the CRPG has you killing bandits in Request of a King, you're not playing an adventurer, you're playing a cop.
Yes. And?
I missed the part where that's my problem.
A game needs enemies for me to kill en masse. What should we kill if not bandits?
Monsters. I guess we can kill monsters. But you guys are probably gonna make a song and dance routine about how that's bigoted as well.
Cops, knights, the city's guard.
Ah, I see. You're one of those all cops are bastard types. You know, I thought that's only a real world thing, but I guess you're gonna have to bring that to fiction as well. I mean, can you believe why people are screaming about these liberal agendas in fiction? Or maybe you're a bandit in disguise and you're spreading anti-authority propaganda to make everyone to go against the power.
If you want to play a good person, your first priority should be fighting tyrants, and by extension those who defend them, to redistribute their wealth.
Ah, so not only you're a bandit, you're a commie bandit as well. What a pleasant combination of characters. No wonder why people are dunking on you.
I'd say maybe I don't want to socialize with the pinko liberal Democrat commie.
If your game includes bandits at all, you need to take a serious look at why they're there and what they're doing.
They are enemies in a game for us to kill. It's not that hard. Oh, you're talking about within the context of the game's world. Why are there bandits in the world of the game? The same reason why there are criminals in our real world. Our society is not exactly perfect. But why would you want to play in a perfect society? That sounds like a really boring game.
That is to say you can't have bandits, but...
Yes, it is to say that you can't have bandits, you absolute liar.
But think carefully about why people would be desperate enough to kill and steal for basic necessities.
Oh wow, what a deep philosophical observation. What was the conclusion of this observation again? Society is flawed and that leads to criminals?
People too often assume those without power will use violence to get what they want.
Yes, because they actually are. You moron.
In reality, those that have power will use violence to get what they want.
I'm pretty sure both are true in both fiction and in real life. Everyone has the capacity to be evil and do evil things in fiction and in real life. Their capacity of being evil is not limited to their social status, and if you think that is the case, you are delusional.
In other words, if someone wants to be a professional killer, they'll sign up to be a guard, not a bandit.
Bro, I don't know what kind of news you've been consuming, but even real-life cops don't have that high body count. That is, unless you live in America, in which case, yeah, they're killing people almost every day. That's how limited your worldview is if you're only ever gonna judge games based on American standards. But even in America, you can't totally get away with basically never killing anyone while being a cop. So, yeah, you wanna kill people? Be a headman, not a cop. The most ironic thing about being an adult is that if you try so desperately to prove to everyone that you are an adult, you're only gonna prove to everyone that you're not. Take, for example, this tweet over here.
Someone asked my husband what is his favorite video game.
Honestly, can't go wrong with the original Deus Ex, my personal favorite game of all time. The moment I mention this, I'm probably gonna have to reinstall the game and replay it again. It has been a long time.
We both laugh. My husband isn't a 12-year-old.
Implying that video games are only for 12-year-olds. Okay then, I guess we're gonna have to give these 12-year-olds a little taste of Mortal Kombat.
He has 7 children and a wife. He's never played them, and neither will our sons.
I hope by this you mean you don't allow your sons to play them, not that they have never played video games because of you. I just find that highly unlikely, unless you're straight up really, really poor.
They'll be too busy acquiring real-life skills and trades.
Real-life skills and trades, huh? Wouldn't it be ironic if these kids eventually apply their real-life skills and trades involving video games as the products? I hope those real-life skills and trades involve not shaming people for their hobbies that they play, especially if that business involves, hobbies. And I do hope your children gets real interested in self-improvement and responsibility, as most children tend to not care about that sort of stuff. Oh, and I also love it when you just limit your replies only to certain people. Just because you can hide yourself from direct replies doesn't mean that those quote tweets aren't gonna stop coming. But hey, the internet is a vicious place, so I can't exactly blame people for limiting replies and all of that. Though you might as well just mute the post notifications. It's not rare for people to take L's on the internet. I take L's all the time. What's important is how you handle that L. Some people handle them worse than others. So here we have an Indonesian artist who got lots of DMs from this anonymous user who thinks that she's the chop. She tells the artist to stop making harem arts and touch grass, a common term that's always being said to people who are terminally online, and yet somehow that also applies to the user in question. We'll get to that later.
You're probably Asian. That's why you're not into cute Yuri stuff?
Now that's just disrespectful to a lot of Asians who are into Yuri. Granted, LGBT people here are about as respected as a hungry shark, but it is totally undeniable that most straight people here would jump to the opportunity to witness 2 anime girls making out, which is ironic considering their anti-LGBT position.
Why do you hate canon Yuri ship?
Does it really matter if a ship is canon or not, especially if it's just fan art? Gay washing in fan art happens pretty much all the time, and so are straight washing. Judy from Cyberpunk gets turned straight in a lot of her 18+ content. A fan's interpretation of a character is not something to be concerned about.
Dude, you're literally making the fandom mad at this point.
The fact that you know the fandom is mad means that the person who needs to touch grass is literally you.
Between you and me, you should be outside playing in the sunshine instead of watching this bullshit.
All of your artwork explains that you're a no-lifer, and this also explains that you just want to marry 2D waifus.
Yes?
Yes. You're going way too far. Imagine if I ship your straight character with another guy.
We don't have to imagine. That happens all the time, and most of us don't really mind that. The homophobes do, though.
How would you feel? Mad, right?
Not at all, actually. The fandoms always ship characters with each other, no matter what their orientations are. Are you new to the internet?
Instead of making cute characters art, you're just making harem.
Welcome to the internet, kid. If you think that harem art is the worst, you have no idea what's coming. My absolute favorite part of this interaction is not only that this person blocked the Indonesian artist in question, but her friend or boyfriend or white knight or whatever came into her defense and made the funniest DM that I have ever read in a while.
Seems like you're trying to use your followers' power to attack her.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Beware the followers' power. And that's all for the video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and huge thanks to all of these wonderful individuals who have contributed so much to this channel. If you want to see your names among these awesome people, then check out the links down below. Just $1, and you have contributed so much. Seriously, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time.